The test setup consists of a Cosmos Audio SPL8 hooked up to an 80 amp hour Yinglong LTO battery. The tools being used are an AMM-1, TermLab Rebel, SPL Lab Next USB, DD1, and a Lumi LM2020. The amplifier is being fed to my load bank resistors. From left to right, you will see the Lumi LM2020, SPL Lab, TermLab, and DD1. With the exception of the DD1, all the other tools feature an oscilloscope so you can adjust the signal accordingly. As you can see, when the voltage goes up, the oscilloscopes start to show the wave. They adjust accordingly. If you pay close attention, you will notice the wave starts to clip as the red light on the DD1 lights up. As I back off the gain, the waves begin to lose their flatness. As I roll up the voltage, watch carefully when the DD1 distortion light starts to flicker. You will see the SPL Labs distortion percentage hit about 0.5%, then go solid as it reaches 1%. Also notice both on the Lumi and SPL Lab, the waveform starts to distort, then goes back to normal as the distortion level drops. As the gain is being set, there is no load on the amplifier. You can also see as I put more distortion into the amplifier, both the Lumi and the SPL Lab show it. As you will notice, the volts and amperage is about even across the AMM-1, SPL Lab, and TermLab. You will also see that the SPL Lab and TermLab update a lot faster than the AMM-1. The power factor is the last variable when calculating the true power. This number fluctuates under reactive or speaker load. And since I am using load resistors, the power factor should be 1. In this test, you will notice that the TermLab is the only measuring device not reading 1 throughout the test. This number will result in the power test to be not as accurate as the others. Both the SPL Lab and TermLab update their power pretty quickly. The AMM-1 is a little slower on refreshing, however the TermLab updates the fastest out of the 3. In the end, the TermLab falls just a little short, mainly due to the power factor not reading 1 as it should. On the AMM-1 in dyno mode, the power will stop when it detects clipping. The SPL Lab, on the other hand, has the feature to stop at 1% distortion. The SPL Lab also features noise filtering, which filters out those dirty amps and reads them cleanly. Overall, each of the tools I have showed you here in this video all serve a special purpose, and each one has their pros and cons. When choosing which tool to get, just remember both the SPL Lab and TermLab have the ability to measure your SPL in your vehicle too. The SPL Lab also has the ability to measure your input power as well. I just chose to cover the power reading side of both the SPL Lab and the TermLab. Down in the description of this video, I will include a description of each tool I used, as well as a link so you can go check out their spec. Thanks for watching. As I said before, the SPL Lab has the ability to stop reading power at 1% distortion. Here is a test showing it. Once the SPL Lab detects 1% distortion, it will display red on the THC display showing the test is done.